have the earth, which is grounding and balance. This is the primary yin balance in the archetypal mother, how we ground and balance the sun's energy in our body. The sun needs somewhere to ground itself, right? Like the earth receives the sun, and this is our stability and our conscious balance, accepting the world of form. This is the backbone of our stability. The mandala orbit is 1 year, and the earth spends 6 days in each gate and 1 day in each line.
Just like the sun. So it's just the reason that it becomes so important and you need them both. I'm a 10 and a 15. And even as we were talking, I'm like, can I tell that the 10 is my driving force, which says the hermit, successful sidestepping of behavioral requirements through isolation and the several, sidestepping of things. So do I recognize I do that in my life? Yes, I do. But until it's grounded in the extremes of gate 15, I don't fully understand it. It's just that my capacity to go into a little shell to do most of my inner work, most of my work, is a driving force. And then the 15 gives me my love of humanity. And that's where all of my expression goes to. It goes to you, Moni. It strictly is all about humanity. I love humanity. I do everything at humanity. It's humanity, humanity, humanity. It's like Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. Put those two things together, and now you've got your driving force that is grounded, because the yang going out into nothingness, ungrounded, is nothing. It's not conscious until it meets the earth. So you look at both your sun and earth, you put them together, and you see why this concretizes, it brings into form. It's just like God blowing into the dust, however that worked, and up came man from the dust and the dirt and the mud,
Shaped
whatever that
atom
was.
from the earth, yeah.
And it's perfect. It's a perfect analogy, and it just works that way. We are risen from the earth, and every last piece of consciousness, every vibration on this planet is part of what we're risen up as. We're risen up as aspects of everything here. So it's a lot. So when we read your chart reading, when you're looking into your own chart, you see this on earth and you start really contemplating what it is, you'll notice over and over again that you live that out. Which steers more?
What do you
Like,
mean?
let's think about it for a second. Yeah,
Okay.
steers, just practical steer. This earth practically steers this. The grounding says, oh, this way, force. Thank you, yang, and it diverts it in a direction, essentially. It grounds it into something that's going to be its movement. It's not quite the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, the sun is absolutely like the action force. I feel it's like more of that masculine and the electric, right? If we go back to the analogy of a battery, like the battery has the little pointing up and then it has the little indented in thing. And so the pointing up is like the plus, it's the electric, or it's shooting out in that direction, and then the indented side is that magnetic that's receiving it. In terms of a directional aspect, it's like, yeah, the sun is shooting the rays at the earth, and then the earth is receiving them. So it's like, okay, in a steering sense, like, yes, it would be the sun, but what really comes to me is a very like yin yang kind of imagery, right? Or like the battery that's completing the circuit, because the sun can shoot its rays out into the cosmos, but unless there's an earth to receive it, the seeds can't grow. Like you can throw seeds out into outer space and nothing's going to happen, even with all the sun beating down on it. It's just going to fry it. Where it's like you need the earth to be able to receive the rays of the sun, to receive that solar energy, to be able to foster and create life.
Absolutely. And that's why you need both in order to really read each when it's your chart. So they put it together. This backbone of stability stands true about the sun and the earth, and the earth stands as, I call it the steering wheel, in part because that's what gate 2 is called. The driver, the steering wheel, the homing beacon, the hooker of the line of trajectory. It hooks on to the line of trajectory. It's like, the fastener brings us in a direction.
I have a little etymology for earth. So derived from Old English herb, E-O-R-B-E, it looks like, but it kind of looks like one of those old letters that we don't use anymore. And Germanic terms for ground or soil. Unlike other planets, it wasn't named after a deity, reflecting humanity's direct connection to the land rather than a mythological figure.
How sensible. That starts a direction right there. Mythical figures to earth, that's stupid.
Yeah, it makes sense that stuff out in the cosmos would have these mythological figure names to it, where it's like on earth, it's like terra firma, it's like where we are. So
And then you get into
That,
mama's house on earth, the receptive. And she's like, things work in a certain way so all the babies get fed. Take your deities and put them in the closet while you're doing your chores. Right?
the
That's what I'm saying.
practicality of the earth.
Yes, totally. And the
Like,
backbone of it. Without it, it doesn't, no one, nothing lives. So, and consciousness does not get a chance to germinate and grow.
yeah, and I feel like within our charts, like I've been thinking about this in my own chart where I have my design earth is in 15. And it's like, oh, I am meant to find my grounding in extreme environments and learn how to modify and adapt my behavior to handle those different extreme day 15 environments. So that's how I've been kind of taking it. The earth is like where we're supposed to be grounded or how we're supposed to be grounded and how we're supposed to find that like solidity, that backbone, as you say.
No doubt. We seek each other.
So the earth is the stage. This is the solid ground supporting the entire production, where everything manifests and plays out in the physical world.
And is about to give way to a ton of communication. I like that. It's a stage. We all get to stand on it. And it
Mm-hmm.
supports us.
Yeah, it's what's grounding us, right? The sun is that role you're supposed to play, and then the earth is what's grounding us, and it's actually like the physical stage that's holding the whole thing in place. Then we have